Good evening, Speed Gaming Nation. I am Gozengata, and alongside me is Wolfman2000. We are here for for the third match of Cemo versus podolakboys in the Castlevania Aria of Sorrow Randomizer Tournament 2020. Wolfman, how are you doing this evening?
It is a decent evening, though I am concerned about the moon. Waxing gibbous tonight, the forces of chaos are powering up, and considering that Cemo and Podolak have already had 2 games and must play a third, I hope they are ready.
Ever ready they shall be. We saw them warming up there, getting that base lard manip practice down, making sure that they can get that free drop off of the zombie right at the beginning. So hopefully we'll see both of our runners get that, just to get them potentially something good.
Yes, I am still new to that manipulation of the forces of chaos. But if it works, it works. And, okay, for those that are watching in chat, I just have a thing where I talk about the moon before we start an Aria of Sorrow Rando run because, for plot reasons, technically, Castlevania is sealed inside of an eclipse.
What?
Yeah, it's covered in the intro text, but no one ever reads that during Rando.
Wait, who reads text during Rando? I thought there was only 3 texts I ever care to read. Those being 3 colored books required to get us to chaos.
We do need to read those, yes, but everything else can be skipped. Well, okay, the castle corridor and all those labels, they can't be, but you get the idea.
Oh, and there we go. Cemo did get the base lard manip there, and he found that red scarf. So, an okay accessory, but otherwise, nothing super exciting, nothing that's going to give any type of game-breaking advantage there.
So, we must explore for more. As we find a Lilith drop, and casual clothes at the bottom, this is not looking good. Oh, I stand corrected. Malphas early.
So I really like this. Getting Malphas early opens up actually a couple of different locations for our runners. They can do the kind of standard traditional play of being able to go past Creaking Skull and things like that, and that's what we're seeing Cemo do right now. Podolak seems to be going back here to check the upper area, and I do like this divergence. Just getting a little more information here and potentially some quick gain. Looks like an uncursed potion in one spot.
And some money behind Creaking Skull, and was that an Eversing?
That was indeed an Eversing, so the highest defense armor in the game. Unfortunately, not able to access that at this moment, but he's also going to go check the item here right at the front.
While Cemo is exploring underneath the floating gardens. I believe, anyway.
That is correct, yep. So, the real question is, if he's doing it, so sequence breaking here, you can do this with just double jump, and it's an out-of-logic break into the floating gardens. So he's going to be able to get all 6 items in there, and look at that, and then also make his way through the clock tower if he wants to.
Podolak, meanwhile, going to the underground reservoir for these 2 early checks. When I have that accessory, I believe it's just a lucky talisman, but oh, we have a gladiator as a soul canister.
Absolutely. So definitely like seeing early soul canisters here. Cemo's really hoping for some type of progressive soul, either Hippogriff or Black Panther, something to open up the other areas. Something basically allowing this to kind of just come full circle in terms of logic. Looks like Podolak didn't really find anything in those 2 areas there to help out.
I still would have considered picking up the money bag, though. I fully admit I like having Hammer Shop available for purchasing items. And if it ends up being a mimic, then, well, it's extra experience. It's win-win.
Absolutely. Yeah, I too would have also picked up the money bag, but just opting not to take that. And he did sleep out of that, which I find interesting. So I definitely would have taken the time to check, especially since you're going to sleep anyway, rather than go back up to the save point there. So right now, Podolak's just a little bit behind in terms of movement, but has some areas scouted. So not too far behind, per se.
In the meantime, Cemo has found a Poison Fist, along with some pudding for decent health recovery.
Poison Fist is a fairly good early game weapon, as most of them are, because you'll find a lot of mid-range weapons. Also looks like that is a Levitain.
The bread and butter of this rando. We will gladly take that.
Absolutely. So, beautiful weapon. It's modeled after the long sword with a slightly higher hitbox, as you can see there with that flame tip coming up out of it. Its excitement and damage is really good. You can most definitely comfortably beat the game with that sword. So, great find there for Cemo in terms of a weapon. Podolak did check the under areas here and slept out of it, opting to stay kind of in the logic here, so to speak, and is making his way up.
While Cemo finds a partisan before entering the clock tower. So, just so it is clear, Podolak is staying in logic right now, while Cemo broke logic by double jumping and landing on the edge of the platform at the top of the jump. That's my understanding of how it works. That's a nice enemy drop.
That was the Were-Tiger was the soul canister there. There's one on the left.
I had missed that. I thought that was an enemy drop, but nice to see anyway.
Yep, quick turn there. Actually got it off screen using the winged skeleton javelin. So that was the left item in the room there. Ooh, and a yellow soul there through the wall.
Can we reach?
No, because Butcher does not go through the wall. The axe that they can toss too can't go through the wall. Right now, it doesn't sound like he's got anything that can truly get that, which is unfortunate, because that could be Skula. And if that's the case, that is kind of big for Podolak.
I thought I saw some type of axe at the free spot in Clock Tower, but Cemo has chosen to ignore it.
That is correct. That was a battle axe. Just gonna opt to go through that quickly. And I really like this play because you've got a Levitain. It's your high damage. You've got a fairly good damage soul as well. Gonna ship the Harpies back, get a free level, go in here, save, and you're gonna do death. There's no reason not to do death at this point. Ooh, and a good use of the katana that he found for the higher reach. Was able to get that, and it was a golem soul.
Now, golem I recall liking because of its strength boost.
Absolutely. If I remember correctly, it's 12 strength, which is one below the highest at 16 from Triton. So super good soul pickup there. Always a good thing to get. Now, Cemo is going to have to play this death fight a little bit safe. He did already trigger the second portion of Phase 1 here, and he is into Phase 2. He does not have any healing items, so this will be fun.
Yes, when Death decides to borrow from Darth Maul and have a double-handled Death Sight.
I love this from Cemo, keeping Death pretty much centered in the room here. Making good use of the double jumps and the Levitain, just making sure that he can get as much damage out as possible. Great use of the soul he picked up earlier as well. Honestly, this is looking like a very clean fight, and it was a very clean fight.
Remember that the soul that Death drops could be in logic, and we have Persephone.
Really ironically though, Death also dropped casual clothes, which is the starting clothes that you have on Soma.
That was a lucky drop, or unlucky perhaps, hard to tell. A potato pancake was just before Podolak's recent save point. But we need a bat to access it.
Absolutely. The nice thing here for Cemo, if he ends up unlocking the shop in terms of routing, he is going to have the expanded shop, at least by 1 tier, because he did defeat Death. Death as well as Headhunter do essentially guard the flags for those. So that will be something nice to him, but I know that Cemo likes to kind of route in the study kind of at the end if possible, just to be able to do it from the forbidden area, just to have everything looped around.
Podolak, meanwhile, had picked up a claymore. I don't recall using it much in my rando plays. Could you tell us a little bit more about that weapon?
Yeah, so it's a good early game weapon. Its damage is about medium value. It's nothing like, say, the katanas or things like that. It's about as good as a basic katana, but you can't really get double hits with it. So he's gonna stick to that katana that he has right now, which I believe is the Onikiri, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe you are correct. Podolak, meanwhile, has entered the chapel, where we can now be slightly more fashionable with a silk robe. As Cemo has to backtrack out.
Yeah, the backtrack is going to be a little bit of a time sink because you didn't really get all that rewarded right now in terms of this play, but getting that Levitate early is definitely going to help. It's going to save money if the shop does become required, but I wouldn't be surprised to see another movement progressive soul here, either in the chapel or very early in the study, and then both of our runners will probably dip out.
The northwest of the chapel hasn't provided much value. Crimson Cloak or Twilight Cloak may be the best thing we have, but that is not necessarily saying much in this creature of chaos.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a good piece of mid-tier equipment, but you've got Black Belt, so you're going to use that primarily. Oddly, Podolak did grab that bag, so either the last bag that he saw and the waterway didn't shimmer at all, and he thought it was a mimic, or it had a late shimmer animation, which some of the bags can have to make you think it's a mimic.
I would say just attack the bag entirely.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you're gonna check it, you might as well just throw a spear at it before you sleep out. Always get that check, especially if you're worried about money. And I blinked. He was at the spot where there was supposed to be a Manticore boss, but I think it's dead.
It is, as we have a bonus zombie soldier and a ninja suit, one of the few armors that provides offense as well as defense.
Considering we don't have anything for armor right now, it's a great find. Hopefully we'll see something else coming pretty soon. And Podolak with a great double jump timing there to get across that gap. If you double jump too early on the second jump, you can actually miss out entirely on getting up to the teleporter room here. And there's our first book.
It is the... I wonder... Yeah, we do have logical access for that, I've just confirmed.
Yep.
Probably because of that double jump timing that you have just mentioned.
Absolutely, that is correct, yep. So, we have full access to that. Right now, the only thing we really don't have the ability to get to is the item above Manticore there, just because we don't have a flight in logic. Our runners, if they do get Black Panther, will be able to get up there using that, just because of how edges work in this game. And a Bale drop off the White Dragon, that's pretty nice. It's a good intelligence boosting soul, on par with the Golem for strength.
I personally prefer physical attacking more than souls, partially because a lot of the good souls, they take up a lot of magic points, and
Absolutely.
Unless we get the Chaos Ring, well, yeah. Ooh, Tiny Devil as
Fun
a
soul.
third red canister.
Also a great soul to go through walls, so they do have the ability to reach things out of reach, so to speak.
I mean, I know that Castlevania is a castle of chaos. Ooh, Lubicant.
Wonderful soul. You just said you love physical attacks. It's got to be on like the top, I would say, 3 souls for you that you love to see.
I would place it around 4 or 5 because of its necessary drawback. To utilize Lubicant well, you have to be at low health. And considering some of the fights that we have near the end, being at low health is not a good idea. Also, Kicker Skeleton.
So, doesn't do anything for us yet, but it can be used to access some ceiling items. Podolak actually showing off that, hey, I can use this right now. It does save time instead of pushing the box down there. So that's actually a pretty good use of that in this area. That can open one ceiling item later over in the dance hall on your way towards the living quarters.
And Podolak has just found a Basilisk drop. Oof, that reminds me of the one time we had a match where Basilisk was required for the final phase, and let's just say it took a while.
Yeah, it's not a fun soul. Basically, you swap your attack and defense stats to be productive.
And as Cemo is currently retreading where Podolak was earlier and ignores the Claymore, Podolak has found flying armor, which at this stage is perhaps not as useful.
Well, it does logically open up the dance hall, so because you have to use double jump and the flying armor to get up that gap to enter in the front door there. So that does help. And flying armor also gets us access to the back door to the living quarters as well.
I always forget about that back door.
I used to as well, and then started routing it in, and I've got to say, it's a really good play. Podolak showing off really good movement tech here with the kicker skeleton. I'm actually really impressed because I never thought of doing that. Can't say I've really ever been in a situation where I have kicker skeleton at this point, and I'm making these checks, but definitely great showmanship here in terms of utilizing skills.
And now, in order to unlock our shop, we have to take out the Great Armor. Considering the double-hitting Kiri here, and our ever-increasing strength with our ever-decreasing health, that's in Lubricant. Yeah, Great Armor is gone.
And with that, we do have our shop. So, back at the beginning there, we're going to be able to check out our shop. Find out if there's anything good in there, like a Claim Soleil, maybe a Final Sword, personal favorite, Death's Robe. Just saying, love me some Death's Robe.
My question, why would Hammer leave $2,000 behind?
He's only ever looking at the right side of the room there, so he doesn't know how to look behind him.
Or Hammer really only has eyes for Yoko.
I mean, you're not wrong. There's a reason she's called Best Girl.
I will not dispute that right now, as Cemo picks up the ninja suit.
Well played. Well played. Podolak, again, just showing off great movement here with that kicker skeleton. He actually kicked off a fireball, kept going on the candles, and just kept upward movement over the enemy's attack ranges. It was really good.
And nice jump by Cemo to get across the gap.
I just love it. Podolak's just, again, he's literally doing this despite me, because I said it. Kicked off the imp there. A creature whose body is made up of a just slot.
I forgot to load up the, my enemy list.
I'm almost 100% sure that is slime.
Please say that description again.
A creature who is made up of a gelatinous substance. It is slime. Confirmed.
That is correct.
And neither runner has that yet. I don't know why I sound excited about this. Because I get to see more things. But I'm excited about it.
Okay. Cemo is checking out the lobby area. Hi, Greg. And Triton.
There you go. There's got to be your top one of the strength souls then.
definitely up there if you can ever get a hold of it.
Absolutely. Highest strength addition there in the game at 16. Super good, and comes from an annoying guy named Triton, the King of the Sea.
I am at least thankful there is no soul called Ariel. Because what would that soul provide us?
I think we do have it. I think it's called Under the Sea. Sounds like Undine.
Very well.
Oh, I guess that'd be Skula. Oh well.
I
Trades her voice in, walks on the water. It works. Don't question it. It works.
I appreciate the effort. Milliken's sword was found by Podolak in the top portion of the dance hall.
I mean, still a fairly good sword, but you're gonna stick with Onikiri. You're not fighting Manticore at this point because he is weak to that, but that's fine. Everything's fine.
And oh, I thought it looked something more fanciful than iron.
No, unfortunately, not silver, just an iron plate. Oop, there's yellow soul. We got. Hey, speaking of water, there's Skula. See, we are going under the sea, and now we've come full circle.
I have no words.
Commentator's curse is the best.
I cannot do my normal commentary style with you here. It's all good. It's all good. If we ever need a break from the hilarity, ooh, Tear of Blood.
Now,
Then-
see, that's a great piece of equipment right there.
But it's inaccessible right now. We need
Until we
either
find a bat.
or slide.
Now we'll find bat.
What if we find slide first and then bat?
If we find them before we go back to that check, it's perfectly acceptable. If not, I will be sad. But also because I want to see one of these guys go up to the top floor with a bat.
I believe that was either a scimitar or falchion that Podolak has picked up, as Cemo now has flying armor.
I wish Falchion. Unfortunately, just the scimitar.
So farther down to where the wine is stored. I said wine, not tea or coffee.
But what about the rum?
This is Castlevania. Dracula is supposed to be classy.
But you can be classy with rum, savvy.
I cannot picture Dracula enjoying rum. Anyway, here's Big Golem. And there it goes, Big Golem.
Tsuchinoko! Kill it! Get the XPs! Oh, you let it go. Chad is happy because Tsuchinoko is adorable. I'm happy because Tsuchinoko is adorable. I'm also sad because it's a lot of XP. And Manticore! That's an amazing soul pickup. That is a rush soul. That is completely out of logic. That was dropped by Evil Butcher. Can you believe that?
If you anger an evil butcher enough, they may want to rage at you and come at you quickly. I could believe it.
But would they come in like a Manticore?
More like a devil.
Yeah, see, that makes more sense. Because, I mean, if you come in like a Manticore, you're just going to hit so hard and low. They just want to wreck, man. They just want to wreck you.
In the meantime, I forgot to mention that we had, other channels rating us recently. SpeedGaming Espanol and SpeedGaming Portuguese, welcome. SpeedGaming 3, welcome. This is Game 3 of the Aria of Sorrow Randomizer tournament between Cemo and podolakboys. So far, the dance hall has not provided too much. And for that matter, I think we're going to have to go through that back door you mentioned.
Absolutely. So I'm excited by this. We know Floating Gardens was a bust. There's a great weapon there in the Levitain, but there's no progression, which means our progression's on Headhunter. It's either Headhunter or up in Tempest Tower, as we've been trying to find a better name for that, because it's the normal Undine spot.
Thank you. What if it is the item below the warp? You know, before.
Definitely possible. Yeah, it could definitely be there, but we always know that between Headhunter and the top area there, where Undine normally is, those two items, it will always be some type of progressive soul to get you out of the area. So it could be Slide, it could be Black Panther. In this case, it could be Giant Bat even. It's entirely possible.
A Soul Eater ring was found on Cemo's side. But...
Wait, he found one?
No, in the shop.
Oh, it gave me a heart attack there. I was like, he's got infinite money then.
Rahab's sword is available as well.
That's a great pickup, but when you've got the Levitain, you're pretty set on that. There's not a whole lot of other things. I am a little surprised that Cemo did not opt to talk to our healing station there, which is also happens to be named Mina, I think. But yeah,
Mina's more important than that. Do not
You're right,
treat her as...
You're right. My apologies. She gives us a trinket. Tells us to be safe. And then heals us.
I feel like you are mixing up your sorrow games here.
To be fair, she does give us that talisman. But that is supposed to be, her treasure.
As we welcome SpeedGaming over to this tournament matchup. Alright, up the Tower of Disc Armors. And Durgas. Or, excuse me, Curlies. Durgas are the other ones, right?
Yep.
But it's the same sprite, basically.
Yes. One just hits like a truck, and the other one hits like a truck with horns. Or katanas, in this case. It is worth noting, though, Cemo did pick up the rune ring. Podolak is aware that is there, so wouldn't be surprised if both runners do opt to go back and get that. And didn't find any form of progression up top, so Headhunter, what you got?
Headhunter, oh, Enris, or Erenice, however you say that. Nice find for an extra experience boost. I know that some of our runners do not like to engage in combat, but the extra boost in experience may offset all the level ups. May.
It'll definitely help, but I know a lot of our runners also don't like the Sherman ring because it's lag essentially because you're just moving, you're getting level ups, it can throw off movement, things like that. So
Podolak was forced to heal using an item.
Ooh. And that item below was just a Warhammer, so nothing there. Cemo is also coming up here, and we get Kicker Skeleton, which tells me that the only places that are left available are to the left. Also, being said, if we don't find anything over here, that means that we got to go diving with that school up. Which so far was the only good thing that we actually found in the dance hall.
We found samurai armor.
Samurais or ninjas? Which one's better, Wolfman?
Whichever one can swim, because we are about to dive. Oh! Podolak going for the Malthus Kicker Chandelier jump, one more check, and we're diving.
Absolutely. I like this. This is good. I'm happy. No Black Panther. High execution. That's what we want. We come here for the high execution seeds. We're getting the high execution seeds.
Wasn't there a race where someone was able to finish in 40 minutes?
Don't remember if that was one of the live races or a practice race, but I'm pretty sure that definitely happened.
Oh, the headhunter was found near its vanilla location.
We just got a room high five there.
As cemo does take out headhunter, Podolak, meanwhile, has to leave the way we came.
Absolutely. Semo's going to be doing the same thing here. That's why he set up that save at the top. He's going to be able to check that here and get out.
Just so it is clear, are you seriously expected to double jump kicker off the Valkyrie?
No.
Then how are you expected to leave that room? We
Wait. Yeah, no, you're totally expected to do that. I'm just kidding. So you can actually do it with flying armor and double jump. You go to the right. It's the same setup that you would do with Black Panther. So all you do is you would go to the right edge of right before you go into the fountain there. You can actually jump to the right with the flying armor on. You can jump to the right and then jump back up. It's extremely tight, so the kicker skeleton is probably how logic intends you to do it, but it is entirely possible. I'm pretty confident to say that you can just do that with the high death robe.
I saw Death's Robe as well.
Yep. It's on my buy list. If anyone knows a shop that sells those, let me know. I'm in the know. I collect them.
It is a very strong armor set, able to boost most, if not all, stats by a fair amount.
Indeed.
Now, I say most partially because while there is a luck stat in this game, it's debatable whether it works well.
Oh, it doesn't do anything. Let's be honest. Luck doesn't exist in this game. It's completely non-existent. It doesn't do anything. It's a broken stat.
So the Soul Eater ring doesn't really work?
So my understanding is those rings are specially coded and do magical stuff. It's like Magical Trevor. It just happened.
Very well. Podolak? Which way are you going?
Yeah, do it. Do it, Podolak.
Stay in logic, Podolak.
No, don't do it. Yes! Beautiful! Does Cemo just hate most items? No, Cemo does not hate most items. He's just doing things in a fast manner to save time.
As long as Valkyrie behaves.
Yeah, as Valkyrie is being a butt.
Or, as you said, perhaps floating armor is more intended. Oh!
He's got it on. Because it's definitely easier to use that, especially if you have to do the kicker strat here. To do that. Thank you, Fuse, for confirming that, yes, Soul Eater Ring does something different than the luck stat. Yeah, he's just jumping a little too high here. If he wants to do a good bait, jump right there. Oh, just so close. So I've actually had to sit down and practice this before because this situation can happen with just kicker, and it sucks. If it's not something that you're comfortable with, it's just frustrating. And there we go. Good job, Cemo. Patience paying off there, getting him out of the area. Does cost him a little bit of time, but we know that with Podolak going up here, he's not going to be able to get a whole... Wait a minute. He's got Skula. He's going to be able to get the checks that Cemo did not have if he goes all the way to the clock tower.
I'm sorry, I am jealous for a little bit because Cemo has just found Peeping Eye. Peeping Eye in the vanilla game is one of the harder souls to get, if not like top 10 hardest. Because while the Peeping Eye is simple to defeat, goodness! It's like... You know how hard it is to get the Peeping Eye Soul.
Oh yeah. It's a pain in the butt.
Basically. Cemo, I think, may be heading underground.
Nope. Got no reason to. Doesn't have Skoola.
Oh yeah, right.
Gotta go get that bad boy. It's unfortunate too, because he came up here, he got the rune ring, and then left. Completely understandable though, because usually, like we mentioned before, you're gonna go to Headhunter, you're gonna find progression there. Knowing that Skoola was over in the dance hall means that we need to go underground. Unless, I mean, we don't have Sly, but you can totally damage boost through it. You know, find something nice using Skoola up in the clock tower.
That is still a sequence break without Slide or Bat. Not that sequence breaks stop anything.
Absolutely. I mean, logic's more of just guidelines. We just kind of, you know, look at them, say, oh, you know, if they're helpful, like a lamp in Link to the Past. It's only, you know, it lets me see in the room.
I like being able to see in the room, thank you very much.
Nah, we don't need to see in the room. We just gotta do it. We just gotta do it. We go fast here.
And this is why I do not participate in many tournaments.
Yeah, see, Cemo didn't even take that Millikins. He's like, I don't need this. It's just money. I've got food in my pocket. I am set. I love the reactions here from Cemo. They're just, he walks in the room and immediately just throws the spear, and there's his Skoola. I think Cemo isn't as versed with the kicker skeleton as Podolak is, not kicking on the lamp there, or on the torch rather, to get himself up. Had to wait for the Catoblepus to come over.
Well, last I checked, my understanding of that was that... Didn't you say earlier that you had unofficially encouraged Podolak to pick up the kicker skeleton struts?
No. No, I practiced it myself because it could happen, but no, this is amazing.
Okay, then I misunderstood.
Yeah, no, I want everyone to learn this. This is great. I really hope that Cemo kills Evil Butcher and gets... Oh no, he's not gonna get the Rush Soul.
There's a few more opportunities.
No, he's not going down. He will never do that boss. He will last location that boss every time.
Does get Headhunter at least.
It's a soul.
I mean,
currently, technically, they're both at different locations. Podolak is doing right now what Cemo is already doing, or has already done, excuse me. And Cemo just got Skoola, so it really just depends on where Cemo goes. If Cemo's the first to the underground, then technically is in the lead, as long as Podolak doesn't find anything using sequence break magic in the clock tower.
I would say the advantage, if not the lead, is on Cemo's side right now. However, Podolak will have an easier time facing off against the Podolak. There was a save point to your right.
Yeah, he doesn't want that. That's time.
But it's safety.
Nah, dude. He's got lubricant. Look at that damage.
And look at that magic that was wasted.
I mean... yes. Hey, look at that. We're phase 2.
But here's the thing. I believe Death can one-shot Podolak right here.
85? It's gonna be really close. I don't remember if he swapped armor. I know he had to have. Yep, there we go. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure he did because he switched over to,
Oh, look on Cemo's side.
It's just the Orlax.
It's still an upgrade over the ninja suit.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, any suit is better than ninja or samurai. Let's be real here. It makes you no gentleman. And a scholar.
Fair point.
Get some money. Gonna dip out of there. Good play here by cemo. Now, the big question is Podolak going to sequence break? Service says yes. Oh, he's good. Oh, he's using the kicker to actually get momentum here to kind of shoot himself under. There it is. It's a beautiful fast drop.
I was wondering what was going on.
Yeah. Either that or he really likes yo-yos and just wanted to make Soma into a human yo-yo.
Alright, time for the 2 clock tower trials. The trial of pendulums and ouchies.
Okay. Just Dead Warrior, nothing too crazy. Could be our yellow book soul, but right now, nothing crazy. We can still get hyped. That was really cool.
And now, the corridor of sliding and ouchies. But how do we get through without sliding?
Damage it.
Basilisk is not going to help much here.
I mean, it'll do enough. Take that Medusa. Yeah, 3 damage. So good. Look at that. 3 damage versus 51. Yeah, it feels great. And great. So, potentially something good. Unfortunately, because he did find the soul, he is going to have to walk back out.
Take advantage of the Medusa heads for damage boosting.
Nah. It all looks fine. Everything's fine. We're just going to get hit. We're going to walk through. We're going to eat these spikes in the mouth. We're going to not land on those spikes. We're going to heal. Yeah, see, everything's great. Don't worry about it. And the item above Triton, nothing but a sword there. And not one that we care about, so we won't be coming back to get that. See what's going down here. Going to check the item just outside the underground cemetery. Now, a couple of times our runners have actually opted to go into the cemetery after this. I myself usually do. Kind of curious if Cemo's going to do that.
If I'm down here, I usually go to the cemetery as well. And cemo agrees.
Yeah, I mean, you're here. It's pretty nice to just do it and get it out of the way. The other argument to be made would be to go to arena first and then work your way back, but you also don't have any type of flight. You don't have hippogriff, you don't have bat, so you're not really able to get a whole lot of everything up there. I mean, you can do 2 trials, you can get the item at the top of the highest point there, and you can go all the way down the hall to technically get an item, and then there's always Balor, but you don't really want to do a lot of that.
No, you do not. The pre-Legion item coming up on cemo's side is money.
So it's worth noting, I got to catch more of that shop there from Podolak. There's blocking mail in the shop.
I did not catch that.
There's blocking mail.
How much does it cost, and what are its benefits?
Guarded is the benefit. It's a 30% chance, I believe it is. It's either 30 or 35. I want to say it's 30 to completely just mitigate damage. And I believe it's 44k. If memory
that sounds
serves.
reasonable.
It's amazingly reasonable, and its armor isn't terrible. It does provide a fairly medium boost to your defensive stats. Yo, good use of these wheels here, getting good hits in. There's a couple of other nice little armor pieces to note there as well, but personally, I'm still a death robe guy. I will take that to my grave. No pun intended.
It's all good.
I mean, it could be intended if someone finds that on eBay for me.
Cemo has a corner open for Legion.
Ooh. Hey, Podolak, what's that blue soul you got there? Giant battle! There's our upward progression. That opens up the rest of our stuff, save for, forbidden area. Needs that Ariel soul.
And Galamoth.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that. We don't want to think about things that make us sad right now. Galamoth makes us sad. That's another soul up there and an armor of fire. Or I'm mistaken. Nope, that's just a money bag. I'm mistaken.
Still, with Legion defeated, we have access to 3 more checks.
Oh, there's a blue soul. Black Panther? Black Panther! We did it! Let's go fast time. That's a yellow book. Jolie found a yellow book. Go get it. Is that Balmung? Ascalon. No, Rob's. I got so excited. I saw the black blade and it looked slightly tinted. I was like, it's Balmung. Super good sword. No, just Rob's.
Now, technically, Black Panther is not a logically required soul at this point, correct?
Well, here's how that works. So, Black Panther actually opens up the rest of the arena for us because you can use Mophis and Black Panther to do that wonderful edging corner system in the game because corners aren't actually square corners. So, you can actually just double jump at full height and use Black Panther, and you can actually get up to that upper left area to go to the Succubus Baths and get that top item there behind the other creaking skull.
Isn't that the same type of... Oh, hi there, Vijaya. Isn't that the same type of sequence break that's used to get into the floating gardens?
No. It's the same concept, but it is considered in logic with Black Panther because Black Panther actually forces your movement. The reason that it's a sequence break is because of how the logic was programmed. So Black Panther actually puts that in logic for the arena, whereas it doesn't actually help do anything. It doesn't help you do anything with the floating gardens, to my knowledge. I can actually verify that 1 second.
Also, Skeleton Blaze behind the waterfall.
Yeah, that's a great find. So we got our slide, we got our bat, and we did find Undine. So Podolak did find Undine, has that early access to the forbidden area. I did just check though, it does not provide logical access, so it is still a sequence break. You do need that upward momentum, so you either need a flight or you need Undine for the floating garden entrance to be in logical access. You can technically do it from the backside, you know, from the top floor. Again, same concept, if you have flight.
Cemo and Podolak have just high-fived. Podolak needs to recharge while Cemo is ready to dive in.
Absolutely. Cemo right here is going to get his giant bat. And I'm curious if he gets bat, if he's actually going to be able to go... No, he's going to keep going. Okay, respect. Very much respect. Just make sure he clears out the area. I was actually a little surprised if he was going to stay in the area or not. Great question, chat. Is there anywhere you can see the logical progression info? There is a wonderful tracker made in the Emo Tracker by one of our runners, Rocher, that you can download. It's completely free, and you'll be able to track the items as well as the books and if you have the soul or not, as well as the locations. All of them are marked on a beautiful map tracker. Highly recommend it if you are interested in this game or just want to learn more about it. That tracker is amazing. That's how I learned it.
Fun fact, I am using that tracker for commentary right now.
Hey, me too! High five! Yeah. A man-like figure molded out of the soil? Out of the soil?
No, it was a man-like figure. There is a difference. But it is most likely the big goal.
Were there two L's in that like?
Yeah.
Okay,
they all have two L's.
Well, no, if you look up, if you just look up soil, in the Monster Hunt, the Golem has 1 L in the like, and the big Golem has 2 L's. And I don't know if that was a typo on our end, but it's the same exact text for the two. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be Golem.
If Big Golem is not a yellow soul, then yes, it is Golem.
Yeah, it should be Golem. I'm trying to actually think of what the big Golem soul is, because I can't picture that at all. Either way, my vote is Golem, and both of our runners have that. So definitely 1 for 3 right now. Good feeling. We still need that slime soul for our red book, because we know that's a thing. Ooh, and there's Satan's ring.
And a bonus final guard from the Merman.
Yo, Merman, why you holding out so long? Ah, it was a mimic. Oh, you know what? I have my colorblind filter on today. That was actually a different colored bag. That's why. That's why he didn't touch it, didn't attack it. He knew, because it's colored different.
Ah. Cemo, I think, is heading to the top floor.
Absolutely. And it's a very respectable play.
Well,
Where I would want to go at this point. I mean, you don't really want to clear out the arena unless you absolutely have to. Especially since you're already down there once. You've got the teleporter. And there's our book. Specially chosen to defend important.
final guard.
Final guard. Wow.
Which
Wow.
means the Mermen allow us to sequence break.
That's the case. Podolak just needs slime, and he's good. Did sleep out there to get faster through the hall. So, yeah, okay. Now Cemo could get lucky, because that could be.
The devil.
There's our actual rush soul, so that's good.
It's entirely possible that the arena or forbidden area have what we need, logically.
There's Hippogriff!
Well,
Okay, so Hippogriff locked behind Bat, which is good.
no more need to waste MP to fly. And is Podolak's heading to the waterfall?
Can't blame him.
We may see a forbidden area play.
I mean, to his understanding, it's a sequence break, because he did get that rush soul from a drop. But does have Undine in logic, so... And there's final guard for Cemo. So, where is that slime soul?
Is it behind the Iron Golem? No, but the Kaiser Knuckle is. Sell that and a few more things, there's your blocking mail.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Cemo's got school up. May go back and check the 2 other locations in the clock tower, because he's right here. I wouldn't be surprised to see us save here, cut through, and then do that. That will also save him time later, because he's going to make this trip. Just so that way, then he can actually cut through here, and it will be faster. But it looks like he's not going to do that. So probably going to go down to the teleporter, and I can assume go to arena.
Now that I'm thinking about it, we have a lot of great armors this seed. What do you choose? Eversing, blocking mail, or Death's Robe?
Death's Robe gives a boost to all stats. Personally, I would take that. If you let your memes be dreams, you take blocking mail, because guard. So we do have a couple of good options, honestly. I mean, we've got plenty of good things. That's got to be Galamoth.
That is Galamoth.
no.
And
There's a
that's
slime!
slime!
Okay. So Cemo got slime. So that means that Galamoth isn't locking anything, because we've got slime, we've got final guard, and
Podolak was in the right area, but chose to go in instead of up, which
This is rough.
I can't fault Podolak on this, though.
No, because you've only got Giant Bat, and it's slow to do that with just Bat. It sucks. I completely, like, this is a logical play to me. I don't consider this the wrong move at all. It's correct. It's perfectly correct.
And of cource, Cemo has Black Panther, but not Podolak.
Absolutely, yeah. That's because Cemo did the floating gardens early and realized that I don't need to go back that way. So getting death out of the way early, not getting that progression, went down, did the Legion play, and the Legion play paid off. Podolak did find a potato pancake in the back of the Forbidden Area. So, I mean, we're not really finding much here. And Cemo doing a great face tank here just to get extra damage in for that Rush Soul.
So, in order for our runners to win in this rando, they must have the best ending. To do that, they must equip the 3 attributes of Dracula, and today they compose of the flexibility of the slime, the defense of the final guard, and the strength of the golem. That sounds like a nasty Dracula to face off against.
Not really. All I can picture is Yellow Devil from Mega Man.
We do not have the start select trick in this game.
Oh, no pause buffering?
No pause buffering.
Feels bad, man. That's fine. But we got this big guy here. Look at him. He's cool. He's got lightning. He's got a giant claw hand. Don't let him touch you.
So, we should at least mention we are not facing off against Dracula. We're facing off against who we call Teddy Graham. Teddy Graham believes that they are the reincarnation of Dracula, but we are the ones that have the attributes of Dracula. So, in a bit of a twist, we are Dracula.
What? No, we're not Dracula. Are we really Dracula? Because we just got the final sword. Because we just got the highest damage sword in the game. Are we Dracula? Because are we wielding the best damage sword in the game and being Dracula? Is that what you're telling me? Wolfman,
Yes.
is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Oh. Dope. Because that just happened. Look at that sword. It's so big. Getting those double hits. Do it. Boom. Through the wrecking ball stage there. See? Full circle. 2 jokes, 1 run. Full circle twice. It's good. All right. So, Cemo gonna make his way over here through the clock tower. Gonna go to where the center of evil lies. And fun fact.
Go ahead.
We're playing Castlevania. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Wolfman, because you're obviously much more knowledgeable about Castlevania than I. Isn't there like a big main fight that always happens in Castlevania between some Belmont and Dracula? Isn't that a thing?
Let's see, most games, yes. Now, what other characters are there here? I mean, we have Genya Ricardo.
Yeah, that guy, he's pretty cool.
We have Yoko Belnades, we have Mina, we have, we have someone named Jay.
Jay?
Who, by the way, has recalled his memory by this point, and it's Julius Belmont.
Wait, Belmont, we're Dracula. Oh my god, we're the Dracula fight! Oh, look at it! We're the Dracula fight, they're the Oh, wait, but we want to win. But Good wants to win. Wait, Wolfman, make this sense. We're Dracula, he's Belmont, we want Good to win. Belmont wins?
Let me attempt to explain this.
Please do.
First of all, gameplay-wise, avoid the whip. It hurts. It's holy powered. And even if it wasn't holy powered, it's the vampire killer. You know how hard it hurts. As far as what's happening storyline-wise, Julius realizes that Dracula is kind of forming in Soma Cruz, our protagonist right now. And in this case, we're just making sure that we are under control. Fun fact, we are going to end up skipping the text as we start Phase 2. Julius is actually holding back in this battle. And Soma realizes it. But considering sub-weapons are out, it may not seem like Julius is holding back. Does that answer your question, Gozen?
Dude, that was perfect. I know so much now. There's like a whip. I gotta dodge it. Julius just thinks we're bad. He's just making sure that we're not actually bad. And like, we're gonna go stop the real bad. It's chaos. It all makes sense now.
There's something you need to keep in mind. There are 3 endings in this game. We've already bypassed the first one, which is to not have Dracula's characteristics. We can still get the second ending, the middle ending. And it has nothing to do with losing to Julius, which thankfully we haven't. So we are now in the chaotic realm, and we have to navigate our way to chaos. If we lose to chaos, that is the other bad end. But it does unlock the ability to play as Julius. Technically, was that Ascalon?
Yes.
Ooh. Too little too late for that one.
You got a bigger sword. You're gonna use the big boy sword.
Anyway. The thing is, Julius doesn't want to use the vampire killer against Soma again. But Soma could potentially lose control and fully become Dracula. So, if you lose to Chaos, you fully become Dracula. And thus, Julius has to actually take out Soma. In Dawn of Sorrow, this becomes a little bit more pronounced.
I'm taking notes, by the way. I feel like there's gonna be a quiz later.
In the meantime, Podolak now has Black Panther, I believe, or at least is about to pick it up. But Cemo has already passed by some money, some curry, and some Ascalon. That's a lot of knives.
That was way too many knives.
And not a bad idea, Podolak. Just rush through.
That's called the Ripper Train. Choo choo!
However, it is now time to focus on Cemo, as we are ready to face off against Chaos.
This guy's
Chaos, yeah. Chaos takes away your powers of dominance temporarily, and it captures it in these 3 statues. Each statue represents the abilities that you can do in their raw demonic form. As you take out each statue, you gain the ability to use souls of that type back. But, again, take a death here, or in the next phase, that's bad end and we have to reload. Only good end counts in this tournament. With the yellow soul statue defeated, we will no longer have our magic drained. With the blue soul defeated, we no longer have to worry about charging demons. With the red soul defeated, no more red diamond bullets. But now, it is the core of Chaos itself. Gozen, why don't you explain this one?
Okay. Chaos, that adorable little black and red flashing orb in the middle there. It's got 4 eyes up for protection. Every eye that you break is going to actually increase the damage that Chaos takes. Things to be wary of in this fight. I mean, there's obviously a giant bone dragon flying around the room. He's a pretty cool guy. He's cute. He's going to touch you, though. Head, body, tail. It's all going to hurt. Don't touch that. It's not good for your health. You've also got to worry about these little green orbs that are flying around the room. Kind of shoots them out into the 4 corners of the room. They come in at you. They kind of work like a sticky grenade. It's going to get on you. You're going to glow little flashy orange like right there. Cemo just got touched. And boom. It's a chain reaction. So, and they can stack. So you can get hit with all of those and it'll just detonate really quick. And it hurts. It's a good chunk of damage. You can actually die just like that, instantaneously. It's stupid. There's these adorable spikes that shoot around the room from the center, either clockwise or counterclockwise. Just, you gotta crouch, you can slide. I mean, Cemo's doing a great job here using the final sword, getting hits on multiple eyes at a time. You can push back those little green orbs, and just like that, you just Gonna lose focus for a moment. Boom, it's gonna get you. Those green orbs, they hurt. They're annoying. They suck. The eyes even hurt when you touch them. You don't want to touch them. There's a lot of bad here. And there's 2 orbs, so he's got to top off. He's gonna get hit here in just a moment, and it looks like he got the other one too. He's got to top off again. Look at that. In an instant, he went from full health down to 100. It's super scary. And to top it all off, this dragon shoots little green, I say little, it's actually really big, green blast out of its mouth too, and that hurts like a truck. You gotta dodge that. You don't want that.
Cemo only brought ramen in this battle.
Yeah, only made the 1 stop at the shop. That's all you need, but it's a nice big heal. But this is a big oof. He's down to his last bowl of ramen.
And Podolak finds the Gravekeeper soul in the trial of footsies.
That is a good trial. All right, last heal used. Can you do it?
Trial of spikes done. Kaladbolg obtained.
Great sword. Great sword. Is the devil power gonna be enough? No. More smacks.
The trial of patience bypassed.
There it is. On that final hit, that is time. Please get some GGs in chat for Cemo as they finish in first place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 37 seconds.
As Podolak, I can't fully fault the routing, but in this case, that's just how it ended up. As Balor is, well, almost able to kill here.
Hey, you're fine. You're at 9 health. It's not 0. You're good.
1
Good.
hit is death, though.
Nah, you're fine. Yeah, you're fine. Look at that. Boom. And you were worried. Oh, and Persephone again.
And we are seeing the normal cutscene. It is official. Podolak has surrendered to Chaos today. Let's get them both in for an interview if possible.
And joining us in the booth is Cemo. GG's.
Thanks. I felt okay about that one. So, like, it could have gone better. Like, some of my early plays turned out pretty bad. Like, if you remembered me getting stuck in inner quarters there.
Yeah, that definitely happened for a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. I mean, your early sequence break up to Death there, take us through that. How did you feel after killing Death and not really getting a whole lot?
I mean, I felt a bit bad because I knew I had wasted some time. But then when I went all the way through the study and I didn't find Black Panther, I didn't feel too bad about it. And I'd also gotten the Levitain out of that, which was pretty much the best weapon the Seed gave up until the final sword, I felt like.
Absolutely. I'm in agreement there with you as well. The Levitain really was like the only good find in the Floating Gardens there coming up to that point. And that kind of just helped propel you in terms of that. I know it's a weapon you're really comfortable with. A lot of runners use it because it is a good weapon. It's great for attack cancels. You've got good speed with it.
I was considering killing Death with the Poison Fist that I found there, but then I found the Levitain and I was a lot more comfortable with it.
It's always good to be going into a fight that you're feeling confident about with a weapon you're comfortable with. I know if I went into that fight with the Poison Fist, I would have a terrible time.
And I found Black Panther behind Legion, so I felt pretty good about that because I know everyone else tends to put that off. So I figured anytime I lost from some routing that didn't, I was able to make back there. And then from there, I pretty much just found all the rest of the go mode.
Yeah, it definitely did pay off for you there. What was the justification for going down to Legion, just not having like a flight or anything to get you up into the rest of Arena?
Yeah, that was one of the reasons, because I knew there was some checks in the arena that I wasn't going to be able to do. And I also just like doing Legion. I really don't mind doing it. I like clearing it out on the way to the arena. I think it's a bit more efficient.
Okay.
And then I got that speed, so it made me want to go do the Eastern Reservoir to see what was there. And then I got flight, so I went to top floor. And everything just kind of worked out really well from there.
So the only question that I really have, and this may be just me being a beginner at this randomizer, there were 3 different armors available that would have helped greatly since you managed to stretch your ramen to the limit. So I'm curious, what made you decide to not pick up Eversing, Death's Robe, or Blocking Mail, especially considering you were able to sell the Kaiser Knuckle that I thought I saw you pick up?
I did pick up the Kaiser Knuckle, but I didn't have enough money to buy any of the armor. Although I forgot about the Eversing. Like, I would have been able to pick that up and sell it and get the Death's Robe, which is probably what I should have done, thinking about it.
I love hearing another Death's Robe fan. Death's Robe is the best robe.
Yeah, it got pretty close there at the end of the Chaos fight, and I knew all the other races with Podolak were really close, so I was getting pretty nervous. Like, I thought if I died, I might lose.
In this case, Podolak had taken a different route and chose to not chance the top floor as early as you did, and that, I think, made the difference.
Generally, I feel like doing top floors, it's usually a really solid play. Oftentimes you find books up there, oftentimes you find souls up there, so it just always is something I want to prioritize clearing out.
Alright, that concludes most of my questions. And yes, Chad is also saying that Black Panther did help as well, but I do feel like it was your decision to go to top floor instead of arena that also helped. But yeah, any other questions from you, Gozen?
No. I mean, honestly, everything was pretty straightforward after that. Probably just a huge sigh of relief once you did get that final sword after beating Graham there.
Yeah, I was pretty happy to get the final sword, although I don't have backdash, so it made the chaos fight really awkward, and I took a lot of damage because I was just kind of stuck in the swinging animation a lot of the time. But I was pretty happy to get it. It made it a lot faster, at least.
Absolutely. And for one who said he took a lot of damage first phase, you were getting some beautiful triple hits in. That's for sure.
For the record, Gravekeeper was in the first trial in the arena.
I mean, I don't think I would have went and got it if I knew where it was. But I was just kind of hoping I would find it in the chaotic realm when I was just going to chaos.
And there we go, Podolak does find the second book, or the blue book, and funny enough, Podolak actually had Final Guard from a Merman drop.
That is pretty funny. I mean, I think Final Guard is just in the top floor, so it's not a big difference. He would have got it in a minute, but now he gets to save that 1 minute.
Yeah, it was also pretty funny too because he did get Manticore off of a soul drop as well. So that's what kind of led Podolak down the route of doing the Forbidden Area. Unfortunately, not really finding anything back there.
I mean, I was on my way to do the Forbidden Area, but then Slime was right there on the waterfall, so I got to just not spend my time dipping that. I don't know what was in there. I guess it wasn't too much useful.
I remember one check being money, and I don't remember what the other check was.
Potato pancake, I believe?
Yeah, that's right. Potato pancake at the end. So you would have had one more piece of food.
So I just want to thank you guys for the commentary, and GG's to Podolak. I know he's done some really good races. They're both really close, the first two. His execution is pretty stellar in this game. Like, I'm sure he's going to have a great Graham fight and Julius fight and all that, because that's what he's good at. And again, thank you for the commentary. I really appreciate it. And have yourselves a great night.
Thank you. You too.
Indeed. It should at least be clarified that while we are currently seeing Podolak facing off against Teddygram right now, the forfeit has stuck and there have been no changes, so the score stands as is. Cemo moves on. But regardless, please give both of these runners a follow, for they have deserved it. Cemo Rocks and podolakboys _. And don't forget about my commentary partner, Gozengata.
You're so nice, Wolfman. I mean, you did a great job as well. Please give that guy a follow. He's great. Love doing commentary with Wolf.
Perhaps on another game I will show my less reserved self. Regardless, there has been a lot of interesting races today. But if you like chaos, we will soon be heading over to SpeedGaming Prime for the Zelda 1 Randomizer weekly race. A chaos flag set tonight. And for those that want more action, the Link to the Past Randomizer League is kicking off another week of tournament action starting tomorrow. You will find matches almost all day. And for those that need a little variety, we also offer the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Challenge Cup between One Fine Day and Johnny Link tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I am still not used to having to say that. Please follow twitch.tv/speedgaming along with speedgaming 2 through 6 if you want to catch all of the action. With that in mind, any final thoughts, Gozen?
No, I'm just looking forward to more Aria Randomizer action. We should have hopefully some more matches coming up later this week once they get scheduled.
Very well. With that in mind, folks, for everyone here, this is Wolfman2000, also known as Danstad. Have a good night, and watch out for chaos. Take care.